My name is Brendan Bloomer. I'm a serial entrepreneur and venture capitalist. I found a very talented group of individuals that had been behind some of the largest smart businesses in the market today. And we've been working together on a project for the last 9 months. And I'm really excited to show you a little bit more about EOS.
Blockchain needs to be made so usable that people don't even realize they're using a blockchain before they're considered giving up. That they won't take a step back in performance in order to have a blockchain. It has to be better than the current system in every ways, and then add more. And so that means you need to have the performance and the latency and the usability needs to be there, and that's what we're focused on doing.
That's my partner at Block.One, Dan Laramore.
He built this Steemit project.
He also built BitShares. He also invented the concept of a DAC, or a decentralized autonomous corporation. He built the first decentralized app, or dapp, called BitShares, which was a decentralized exchange, and then he built Graphene, which is version 2 of the tech, and Steemit that came with it. His last 2 projects are the most successful blockchain applications in terms of use in the world.
EOS is something I'm building so that I can build future applications on it.
And his 3rd project is now EOS, which is the kind of evolution of scalability.
My next projects will be built on EOS, not instead of EOS. Because I'm trying to create something. I want to eat my own dog food. I'm creating these products for myself.
Not very many people have had the kind of resume that you have, and I'm sure you're creating more stuff as we speak. Is there anything you're working on right now that isn't yet released to the public?
Well, yes, there's lots of things that are going on behind the scenes that are incredibly exciting. We build vertical applications. On top of that, we'll be building a social media platform on top of blockchain. We'll be providing services to people who want to build apps like IBM. We'll be providing consulting. There's all kinds of things we can do to
imagine a Facebook-like network where every time you're submitting content based on the number of people that like it, right, you're actually getting paid a token, right? And advertisers on that platform need to buy that token in order to advertise with the platform.
For example, we recently added support for the Touch ID and Face ID on Apple's Secure Enclave, so your private keys. Every iPhone and MacBook Pro is a hardware biometrically secured wallet.
If it's a social platform where you can post and get likes, whatever, yeah, but you get incentivized, does that mean Facebook's gonna be disrupted and killed?
Yeah, the blockchain is empowering communities to disrupt the company, all right? And over time, you're going to see these communities really start to pick off the largest tech organizations in the world. And it's going to start with centralized technology platforms, things like Facebook, things like Uber.
Well, you have to create a system that's so viral in its own right that people will adopt it without being forced to adopt it. You create a new system and you move to the new system. So you create a social media platform that everyone wants to be a part of, and it can govern itself so well that people want to use the social media governance for more things, and it just creeps into use naturally versus saying, hey, let's tear down the old and replace it with the new. You have to organically create something that can live within the current environment and make the older techniques redundant and eventually unnecessary.
All right, so the other definition of EOS here, this one says, providing temporary use of non-downloadable web and mobile application software for virtual community, social networking, photo sharing, electronic media sharing, encrypted or otherwise, secured messaging and media transmission, computer services, namely...
But the next big stage is inter-blockchain communication, where you can have millions of blockchains seamlessly working on the back end that can scale it. And that's what's going to take to build something, to put every like, to put every piece of content, to put social media, Uber, Airbnb, all of these things on the blockchain. We've needed infrastructure that can scale. And that's happening this year.
You know, Block.One is interesting. The EOS blockchain they kicked out, they have a huge war chest. They've hired a ton of smart people, and they've got a lot of cool things. You know, you wait come June, July, you're going to see announcements that I think are going to be exciting in that space.
Yeah, and in terms of investors, I mean, Bloomberg has reported that you're winning funding from Peter Thiel, Jihan Wu.
Yeah, who knows how much money, but really it's not about the money since they have $4 billion. It's more about getting Peter Thiel in there, who's gone through so many challenges, particularly a mass adoption challenge.
Can you confirm that?
Yes, we can confirm that. We did a strategic round a little bit a couple months ago, and this technology is really a platform that allows us to start to disrupt some of the large centralized technology platforms today, and these are leaders in that space. And our next plans will make it in terms of what we build on the application ourselves. It'll become a little more apparent why we chose the investors that we have.
So blockchain has, I think, great implications for governments.
Yep.
And I know you're getting ready to come to Washington. Washington will be better to having you and your organization here.
My mind is blown.
Okay.
I think that people will not be disappointed. I think it'll be the most interesting thing I've seen done in the space.